Well, it's Saturday, December 19th, 2020. And just like many Saturdays, we're getting ready to host another event at the Wise Farm. Tonight, bluesman Luke Cerny will be performing in our home studio for the series now known as Brews and Tunes. Brews and Tunes, like everything Wise Farm related, is the brainchild of my amazing wife, Melissa. Brews and Tunes is in response to COVID, where we put together a live stream of the show, invite a small group of safely masked and distant friends to provide a little bit of energy for the performer. And not only that, but it's also a potluck with a special theme every night. Tonight, it's casserole night and Christmas cookies. This is our fifth Brews and Tunes, and with the help of Kevin Schwartz of Instrumental Motion and his production company, we've been able to carry off what we think is a really high-quality stream. But this isn't a promotional video for Brews and Tunes, or even Wise Farm Productions for that matter. This is an homage to my wife Melissa, who's been the engine behind all of it. So I thought I'd interview this incredible person and give you a behind-the-scenes accounting of how Wise Farm got started and how it's grown from a one-off mini festival to a series of live music events that now spans 3 years, and it's just ramping up. So let's go back to first Wise Fest in 2018. Why have a festival in the first place?
Well, why not? When we moved here, six years ago now, I always thought that this would be a great setting to do something in our yard, on our property. When we started doing music and we were performing out and participating in different events, it kind of solidified that idea in my mind, like, we've got a great spot, so why not share it with people?
So not everybody decides to have a festival at their house, and everybody has a different experience, but what did you learn from that first experience?
I think the biggest thing is that there's definitely an appetite for that sort of event in this area. We had all original bands that day, and that's kind of a gamble. It seems like in the Lake Geneva area, and a lot of areas, it's not just Lake Geneva, but the primary appetite is for cover bands and background music wherever you're at. You're listening to people perform, and as original artists ourselves, I just felt like there was this unmet need. I wanted to bring that to this area and just see how it would do.
Did anything surprise you about that first Wise Fest?
Yeah, just how many people actually showed up. We did it as a word of mouth sort of thing. Invite your friends. We had a core group of people that helped us organize that at the time, and they just got the word out. It was free, and I think we ended up having around 200 people, or maybe a little more, show up here, and that was so surprising to me, because I had no idea there were that many people out there that actually would be interested in that sort of thing and would take the risk of showing up to some stranger's house and stay and party with us all night.
So what was the goal going into the second Wise Fest?
For me, the goal was to grow it. We reached out to the Walworth County Fair.
So in retrospect, what do you think worked well at Wise Fest 2?
Well, the fact that the fairgrounds has a campground on site was awesome. And we took advantage of that by hosting music in the campgrounds on the Friday night before the main festival. We were able to, again, somehow reach people that, had we not done it there, we never would have been able to meet.
So Wise Fest 2 was September of 2019, which, it's funny, it wasn't that long ago, right? It couldn't have been more than 2 weeks later you started thinking about doing a concert series at the Lake Geneva House of Music.
It's just, it was an expansion of the whole Wise Fest experience. And, yeah, maybe it seems crazy that I would start thinking about that right away, but I also felt like it was a prime opportunity to do that because we had some momentum from Wise Fest, and I didn't want to just like go into hiding for the winter.
As history would have it, and oddly enough, the final show of that winter concert series in 2020 featured a great friend of ours, Craig Bauman, and of course us, Wise Jennings. And what we didn't know at the time, would that be the end of live music as COVID shut everything down?
I remember the crowd being really tense. It certainly wasn't a joyous occasion, I'll put it that way. It just felt sad. I was really emotional because I felt like all this uncertainty, I think everybody felt it. Everybody was nervous and scared, and yeah.
Well, folks, this interview goes on quite a bit longer, and we discuss the summer concert series that we had at the Wise Farm and talk about the really cool first ever barn burner show that we had last weekend in the pole barn. When I look at these pictures and videos, I can't help but be amazed that this is all because one person wanted to do these things and actually had the skills and drive to achieve a vision. Also wanted you to know that she's an executive with a multinational company and is neck deep in meetings across the globe every day. She's usually on a teleconference by 5:30 a.m. and doing the same thing at 9 p.m. She's a cat lady, proud of it. She's adopted every stray cat in our part of the county. She's literally the coolest person I've ever met. People gravitate to Melissa, and she seems at ease in every situation. She's badass, and she's got social anxiety to boot. She never wants to be the center of attention, and when she is, she's fun to watch. She loves her PBR, as you all know, and she's been known to take it to the limit and beyond. She is just fierce and undeterred and never thinks any idea is out of reach. She's got an amazing voice. She's a powerful performer, bangs the hell out of the drums, and is a stone cold fox. Anyway, the entire interview is available as a podcast if you'd like to hear more about Melissa and the Wise Farm. Thanks for listening, and take care, everyone.